Hello and welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the Season 12 Infinity. This is League 2. A bit of a difference for this season is there's 3 drivers per team, but only 2 drivers can drive one manufacturer and the other or third driver has to drive a different manufacturer. So you will see teams from this, drivers from the same team but driving different cars throughout the season. Obviously, race 1, as you can see, we are at St. Croix, layout B, probably more common layout that is used in GT7. And after 10 minutes of qualifying, Golden Brownie is on pole in the Ferrari. In second place we have Fast JMS in the Porsche. In third place we have Portugal Dom in the Alfa Romeo. In fourth we have Brucey in the Aston Martin. In fifth place we have Hoggy in the Mazda. In sixth place we have Ice in an Alfa Romeo. In seventh place we have Bazza in a Ferrari. In eighth place we have Shameless in a Honda. In ninth place we have Mini in a Mazda. In 10th we have Welly Bob in the Genesis. In 11th place we have Evil in another Genesis. In 13th we have Surfer in the Mercedes. In 14th we have G Smith in the Citroen. And in 14th we have Gaz Monkey in a VW Beetle. So that is your drivers for this one. Obviously all Group 3 machinery. Just before I do these comms, I'll make sure it's coming through live and everyone can hear me. Yep, that's cool. Lovely stuff. Right, so let's go trackside to the front. I think any tyres are available to use. You just have to use 2 different compounds for this 1 hour race to start the season. So let's get these guys underway as we get 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Long hold there, but everyone seems to get off the line fairly well. They're all spread out as they're coming down towards turn 1. Fast message dropped down a couple of positions as we're coming in. Brucey there around the outside of Don. Will he be able to hold that line? No, he won't. Brucey goes out a little bit deep. Bazza works his way up to 3rd place now. Hoggy's gone on the inside of Brucey. He's going to be on the outside for turn 3. So Brucey should be able to hold that position ahead of Hoggy. Surfer there in 6th place. Looked like Shameless there got a little bit wrong on the exit there of turn 3. He's dropped himself into this cluster of cars as we're coming down this hill into the fast chicane S's kind of area of the track. Yeah, Shameless dropped down to 12th place now. Not the greatest start for Shameless, but Gaz and G Smith bringing up the rear at the moment, leading the way. Golden Brownie, he's already pulled out a sizable lead over Don and Bazza, fighting for that 2nd place. Don just taps the wall there on the exit of the bridge, and then we go into this long right-hander. This is the tyre killer, this corner on this circuit. There's Brucey. Brucey dropped down to 5th place now, so Hoggy's got past him. Surfer there in 6th, nice and close up behind Brucey. Will the slipstream take effect for Surfer? Looks like everyone's staying in line at the moment as I head up. Bazza there going on the outside of Don. Will he get that move done? Looks like he's going to, because he's going to be on the left hand side for this one. Yes, so Bazza now up to 2nd place, gets ahead of Don. Hoggy there 4th, Brucey 5th, Surface 6th, and just having Fast there in 7th, just breaking away there from Ice in 8th position, just ahead of Evil. They've got a little bit of a break there ahead of Welly and Mini, going side by side through the last corner. Looks like Welly's been able to carry the momentum around the outside there of Mini. Mini's actually dropped down a position to Shameless just from that slow exit out of the last corner. So Shameless up to 11th place now in the Honda. Gaz and G Smith there in 13th and 14th. See, Gaz Smith's just dropped off the back a little bit, obviously not of the greatest starts. He is on the racing mediums. I think softs and mediums probably would be used for this race. We've got a 4-way battle here for 2nd place. Don and Baz are going side by side, same as Brucey and Hoggy. Looks like Baz is going to keep ahead of Don as they come onto the bridge. Hoggy's going to keep ahead of Brucey, but Brucey's right under that wing of Hoggy. Will he try and pull out and go for a move into this left-hander off the bridge? No, he won't. He will just sit in behind. Hoggy goes a little bit deep there. Well, it looks a bit Surfer's going to try and get on in the action. Just can't pull alongside Brucey into this long right. Brucey's gone out wide. Surfer's on the softs. That's why Surfer's going to have to get that move done on Brucey through that long right. Brucey's on the mediums there, so losing the position. Fast MS there with a half-second penalty line. I don't think you lose too much from it. But goes for the move up the inside of Brucey, and looks like he's going to try and go through on Surfer, but too far back, and drops back in behind Brucey now as we're coming up through the S's at the end of the lap. Let's see, will Fast MS drop behind Evil once he serves this half-second penalty? Stays on the racing. No, he does all to the right. So yeah, Evil will get past Fast there. So he just drops one position. Oh, there's someone in the wall. I could see then. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Don. What's happened with Don? He's touched the grass and he's gone for a nice little 180 spin into the barrier. That is not the racing line, Don. You want to keep on the black stuff. The grass is not your friend. So that's dropped Don all the way down to 11th place. Looks like Gaz is going to get past him as well. So Gaz will go into 11th, drop Don down to 12th place. Shameless has had not a great lap. He's dropped from, I think he was up to 11th place down to 14th now for Shameless. So a bit of work to do to get back up to where he was just a lap ago. But what's Don on? Don's on medium, so he's going to be going for a long stint, I think. Softs, mediums, softs. So Baz has pulled a little bit of gap over Hoggy. That's obviously broken up the pack with Don having that spin on the last corner. Bazza there getting it all wrong. He goes into the wall. Did he just carry too much speed through? Let's quickly jump on board. It was the bump. It was the bump onto the bridge. And that was it. Just absolutely lost it. Now he's facing into barrier, trying to get going again. But he's going to drop back down to 10th place. That's unlucky for Bazza. He had a good start there. Got a bit of front end damage, and looks like Don, with that incident that he had, hasn't lost much time to Bazza, but obviously they've lost time to the rest of the field that they were battling with. So we'll see how these two fare as we go through this race. Mini and I think Mini must have got caught up with that, because he's dropped down to, oh no, sorry, it's Hoggy, sorry, they're both having the same car, same livery, getting confused there. But Hoggy in 2nd place now, Brucey up to 3rd, he's got past Surfer. Surfer's now having to defend from Evil for that 4th spot. Fast MS there in 6th place as they're coming through the S's. He's on the medium. I think there's a mixed strategy of tyres Golden Brownie, he's on the softs, absolutely checked out from these guys that have all been fighting. So that's what Golden Brownie would want at the beginning. Just set some laps yourself, and Hoggy now try and chase that gap to Golden Brownie in first. Brucey in third place. He's got a nice little buffer over Surfer and Evil going side by side into turn one. Evil goes up the inside of Surfer. Will Surfer try the old switcheroo? Looks like he's going to try it. It's going to be left out on the right hand side for turn three. No, Evil's looks like he's backed out of that one. Good thinking from Evil. Don't want to push too hard too early on, especially when you're on the racing mediums and the guy you're fighting's on the softs. They're just going to have that extra grip to over you, so just play the long game. So it's an hour long race. Ooh, goes a bit deep, does Evil, in through the right hander onto the bridge. It's allowed Fast MS to get on long side of him. No, Fast MS has to just pull in behind the Group 3 Genesis. Obviously just clearly that little bit straight faster in a straight line over the Porsche. Obviously it is a beast of a car, so it probably struggles to stop compared to the Porsche. Ice there in 7th place. He's got Mini behind him in the Mazda, but they're mediums. Hardly any pretty even wear to the Porsche just in front. Mini there on the softs. He's wearing through them quite nicely at the moment, quite even all around on the Mazda. Welly there in 9th place. He's got mediums, so he's going to be going for the long haul to start off with. Bazza there. Is he catching up to? Hard to tell, because the last lap was the lap that he had the incident. Done there. Looks like he dropped off the back of Bazza a little bit. It was a lot closer a lap ago. Seamus and G Smith having a little battle there for 12th place. G Smith's looking like he's going to try and go up the inside there of that left hand. Probably not the best place to try and go for it. Wait until turn one. Get the slipstream down the main straight and see if you can make a move there. Gaz Monkey looked like he's had an incident on lap 3 with 2:22. In Golden Brownies set up 2:10.6, so yeah, definitely had an off lap 3. Golden Brownie, what's that? 3 laps in the 2:10s. Hoggy there 2:11, so 8 tenths gained by Golden Brownie last time round. Brucey there set his fastest lap last time round of a 2:12.2, but he is on the mediums, so when he goes through the softs, I think later on in the race he should be getting close to Golden Brownie's times. Surfer, he's been closed down by Evil. Evil's going to go for a move up the inside into the left-hander off the bridge. Little bump there on the apex of the corner. Don't think there was anything towards about that, but it looked like Ice had a bit of an issue coming off there. What happened with Ice? Did he just light the power up? Oh, slight tap on the wall on the exit. Lucky that the car kind of right itself hitting that left-hand barrier, but that's dropped him down a couple of spaces now, just behind Welly, and he has got damage on that left front and bumper. Bazza's works his way up to 8th place now, so Bazza is on the redemption run fairly early on in this race. We've still got just under 50 minutes, so plenty of time for Bazza to try and work his way up the field, see if he can potentially nab a top 5. He's got Mini up ahead, a good couple of seconds or so between Bazza and Mini, about 3 seconds I would say. But back to the action between Fast MS and Surfer. How did Fast MS get that move done? It looked like Surfer just went out a little bit wide on this left-hander, and it's just allowed Fast just to nip up the inside there. A cracking move from the Porsche driver, and now he's going to hunt down Evil in front of him. Both these two on the mediums. Surfer's on the soft, so already halfway worn on that front left. So really going through that soft tyre is Surfer. I think that's how Fast MS has just been able to get underneath him. Brucey and Hoggy. Brucey's losing time to Hoggy, but the two different tyres, so there will be a difference between them. Golden Brownie out in front. He's got about 8 seconds or so. Going by the timing, 8-9 seconds over Hoggy already after only 5 laps of racing. As we go through the field, seems to everyone's just to be oh no, what's happened with Bazza? Bazza's dropped back down to 10th place. Must have been yeah, he's crossed the line before, so it's happened in the beginning part of this lap for Bazza. Second there, he's 8th. Was it on the exit of turn 3? Oh, just got his braking a little bit late there, did Bazza, on the grass. So allowed Welly to get past, and Ice is going to use the power to just get past as well. So back to where we were. He's now got Don chasing him down to get into that top 10. But obviously the pit strategies will all come into effect in this race as well. So obviously fuel, tyres, what tyres do people go on, when do they go on them, who knows, but the Alpha's doing pretty well on its tyres compared to the Ferrari. Yeah, even Ice is decent on his tyres. Well, he's got a little bit more wear on the front but less on the rear on the Genesis. Well, he's heading this little four-way battle for 8th place now. They've just got a little bit of a gap to Mini in front. Probably about 5 seconds or so between 7th and 8th now. But Ice there having a look as we're going through that fast left. Probably not the best place to go for a move. Just sit behind him, go for this last corner. Don's there. He's got past Bazza. So Bazza not had the greatest of laps for the 6th time of asking. This is lap time 2:16, yeah, and Don done a 2:13, so 3 seconds lost there by Bazza. G Smith, he's got, I think, back ahead of Seamus. These two keep on changing positions for that 12th spot. Gaz Monkey there, he's still going around. He's a couple of seconds off the guys in front of him lap time wise, but he is that'll be why he's on the racing hards. I've just noticed that'll be why he's a lot slower than the rest of the guys in front of him. Probably the only car I think on hards, everyone else either on the softs or the mediums as I flick through. Yes, so Golden Brownie, his tyres are pretty goosed at the moment, but he has been pushing them, trying to open up that lead. Oh, she had the clean air. Yeah, a little bit worse off than Hoggy in 2nd place. He's pulled a gap over Brucey now, so Brucey won't be in his slipstream, but I say the tyre difference quite a bit there. Who's that? Evil there in 4th place. Looks like he's catching up to Brucey there in 3rd. Tyre wear about the same. He's got a little bit less fuel as well. We're just over half a tank of fuel 15 minutes into the race. So will some of these guys try for the one stop, just try and do a bit of fuel saving? Surfer could try and do the one stop, but his tyres will not let him, that is for sure. Maybe if he went to the hards he might be able to go to the end. No, he won't be able to go to the end, he'll be pitting way too early, he won't have enough fuel. So that took an absolute bollocks from me. But he's got Mini right up behind him as Surfer, and Mini is on Oh, I've just noticed, well, Surfer's got mediums on the rear as well. Probably would have put mediums on the front, Surfer. You'd have gone a lot longer. But Mini goes up the inside there into turn 1, up to 6th place now for Mini. So he's now going to have a charge on to try and catch up to Fast JMS, but Fast JMS on the mediums, he'll be going a lot longer than a Mini will do, but Surfer's going to try and retaliate here on the exit of turn 3, but Mini there just round the outside of it, to get the power down a little bit earlier and just pull away or maintain that gap to Surfer. Surfer's really struggling through that left-hander. Really struggle as we come across onto the bridge. Looks like he will. Runs a little bit on the grass. Don't hit that barrier on the left, because that will cause damage to the car. Ice and Don, both the Alphas in 8th and 9th now. Welly in 10th place. Bazza in 11th. He's had another bad lap on 7, so clearly struggling on their medium tyres. Probably when he gets to the softs, he'll be flying. Shameless there in 12th. He's been able to pull a gap over G Smith. About 6 seconds on the last lap difference. So, but he's gone for the softs on the rear and the mediums on the front. Don't know if the split tyres has been beneficial for G Smith and Surfer. Gaz Monkey, he's still going around on them hard tyres. He's still got half a tank of fuel left, so is he going to try and do the one stop? Is that why he's gone for the hard tyres to start off with? Golden Brownie, he's come into the pit now. His tyres pretty much gone. Hoggy, he's going to be coming into the pit, so Brucey will go into first place, being on them medium tyres. Evil will go around again. Fast JMS will go around. Mini, he's going to dive into the pits. So will Surfer. He's not got enough tyres to go around. So Ice, Don, and where are they all gone? Where's Welly gone? Yep, Welly went through. Golden Brownie there. He's going to come out in 4th place. It looks like just ahead of Ice. He's gone to a set of mediums. Oh, he's done the same. He's gone to a set of mediums. Bazza now into 9th place. Seamus has moved up to 10th. Surfer, he's come out on the medium, so yeah, he's done the softs, because if you do a split tyre compound, that is the soft compound that you have run. So if he had gone for mediums and hards, it would have been he had a medium run for that stint. G Smith up to 12th place. I feel like I've missed someone that went into the pit. Oh, we had a yellow flag there. Shameless going slow. What's happened with Shameless? Looks like he's just lit the power up too early. Trying his hardest to try and save it, but just unlucky. Tyre isn't too bad on the Honda, so it was just an unfortunate error there from Shameless. Dropped him down now to 13th place. So as I say, we've got Brucey up front. Evil is doing similar lap time the last time round. Did catch up a second lap before, but Fast JMS, he's on a charge to try and get past Evil, probably before the pit circle happens, so you come out on fresh tyres, clean air, and can try and pull away from the guy behind. Golden Brownie there in 4th. He's got Ice and Don right behind him. They're going to try and sandwich him as they come into this right-hander at the end of the back straight, but can't do anything about it. Don there, he slips in front of Ice. Tyre wear about the same for the two Alphas. I think the fuel as well. Ice has used a tiny bit more fuel than Don, so maybe when he was running in clean air, not in the slip. Oh, little sideways drift there from Ice through the through that left-hander. Welly Bob in 7th place. So Hoggy in 8th, Surfer in 10th, Mini pitted for mediums as well in 11th place. So some of these guys already got a pit stop ahead of the guys here that have struggled in the opening stint. G Smith there just smashing into the barrier on the exit of the penultimate corner. But it doesn't look like anyone else is going to be pitting. Let's have a look to see what the tyre wear is. Yeah, I reckon they've still got another 5 laps, really, I would think, before they think about pitting this time round. Evil's been able to open up a little bit of a gap over Fast JMS. Brucey, he just set his fastest lap of his race, 12.2, 13.1, so opened up a 8/10 gap, or increased the gap by 8/10, I should say. Fast JMS, tiny bit quicker than Evil. Golden Brownie, he just had an outlap. Don there, 12.8, so all these guys were in the 12s and 13s pretty consistently. Just the odd little mistake creeping in. Welly there, just keeping up with the 2 alphas in that beefy Genesis. Oh, we have a spinner. Hoggy, what's happened with Hoggy coming out of the left-hander off the bridge? Just hit that bump with the power down, and that's just spun him into a nice little 180, facing the wrong way on the track. Bit of front end damage. Is he going to get this lit up and out the way? Oh, just in front of Surfer, luckily for Ghosting in GT7, but now he's going to get up and rung in. Mini now, his teammate just gets past him, so does Seamus. Interesting line there from Seamus, maybe got put off a little bit by Hoggy getting going again, but will Seamus try for the move on Mini? See what the difference is in power between the Honda and the Mazda. It looks like the Honda's got the legs over that Mazda. Mazda seems quite slow in a straight line. I thought it would be quite a quick car, but Mini's going to try and repart in the favour, coming into the corner. Just can't get it done. Seamus, oh, lighting up that rear tyre as we're coming out. It looks like Seamus is just going to try and hold off Mini. Not going to make it easy for him, that's for sure. Oh, where's Mini going? Mini's going into the wall. What happened there with Mini? That seemed a bit odd. Was there a touch between Seamus and Mini coming through this right-hander? No, oh, Mini just got onto that grass, and that was it. Just caught the car. Nice little 360, and off away he goes, but he's got damage on the right hand side, and obviously that is what your first flying lap after the pits, so not what you want to do to a fresh set of tyres. For Mini's got Gaz there, he just went a bit deep into that right hander, and G Smith, his tyres have gone, and he's also got damage, so this hasn't been the greatest of laps for G Smith. She probably would be coming into the pit this time round, and that's going to be a 3-second penalty as well for cutting the white line on the entry. Brucey getting it sideways, coming out of the left-hander off the bridge. That was his lap time, 3 tenths between the two of them. Fast JMS there, seems like he's just struggling a little bit now with the worn tyres later on into the stint. Golden Brownie there in 4th place. He's pulled a little bit of a gap after the pit cycle for the soft runners have happened. Yeah, he pulled 2 seconds in 1 lap. And Don's pulled a bit of a time over ice as well. Well, he's still sitting there in 7th place behind that Alpha. Probably just trying to use that slipstream. They both got about the same amount of fuel as well. So, don't know if the Genesis is a juicy car. So, sitting in the slipstream will help save that little bit of fuel. Bazza there, he's really run that car to the limit with the fuel. Brucey comes into the pit, so with this now show all the medium drivers coming into the pit. Evil's coming into the pit. Fast JMS also into the pit. So, Golden Brownie she'll go through into the lead. Don will go round again, so will Ice, so will Welly. I believe Bazza will be coming into the pit, get across that, over that white line, just does for Bazza. Surfer will go through, will he be able to jump Brucey, Evil, and Fast JMS? Brucey's just come out of the pit, So where is Surfer now? He's just going to come up behind them. They've all just come out of the pit just ahead of Surfer. He's got half a tank of fuel, so he should be able to slowly slide up to the back of Fast JMS's bumper, being a lighter car. Because I think Fast JMS, yeah, he's taken near enough a full tank. Evil's taken majority of full tank, same as Brucey, all about 90% of fuel. Hoggy there in 9th place after that little incident he had off the bridge. Seamus there, he's going to be coming into the pit fairly soon. His fuel light is flashing. Mini's alright. Bazza, he's come out on the softs, so he's on his mediums, he's come out on the softs. I'm guessing Brucey, who's it, Brucey, he's come back out on the mediums again. Evil came out on the softs, Fast JMS come out on the mediums again. And there was someone else, oh yeah, it was Bazza that came in, he's come out on the softs, so bit of a mixed strategy going on for this second stint for the guys, because not many people are going to make it to halfway. It's only going to be a handful of guys, so trying to go for the one stop. I believe Gaz will try and go. He's still got loads of fuel left, but he has lost time to a lot of the guys being on them hard tyres. G Smith there, he's done his 1 out lap, so this is his first flying lap for G Smith. Golden Brownie there in first place. He's got about 6 to 7 seconds over Don in second place, but Don hasn't pitted yet, neither has Ice or Welly, so these three are out of sync with a lot of the other guys at the moment. I think they're the only three to not pit at the front. Shameless, he's going to come into the pit now, he's run out of fuel. Yeah, 2 litres left of fuel left in the tank, and I believe Gaz is the other one to not pit. So there's only 4 guys now that haven't pitted. So it's Don, Ice and Welly and then Gaz Monkey that haven't pitted yet, and most of these have got a good couple of laps left of fuel as well to go. Golden Brownie still with the fastest lap of the race of a 2:10.6, but he was on the softs getting clean air, so we'll see if any of these guys now, and they're on the softs, if they can try and take that fastest lap away. I think it's an extra point for the fastest lap as well, so always good to go for. Same with Don, Ice and Welly. They've all 3 of them have been on the mediums so far, same as Brucey, so when they go to the soft tyre, they try and take that 1 point away from Golden Brownie, but Evil has been able to really close that gap up to Brucey, being on them soft tyres and pushing the hell out of that Genesis to close that gap to Brucey. Looks like Evil's going to go for the move up towards the right hander at the end of the back straight. I think Brucey's just going to let him have it, because there's not much point fighting when you've still got over half an hour of the race to go. I don't know, Brucey's going to... No, he does just slip in behind. He did pull to the right hand side. I was thinking if he was not going to try on the outside of that left side, it would have been a brave move from Brucey. No, I know he does like a risky move. Also sensible at times as well is Bruce. Fast JMS there. He's dropped a little bit off the back of them two. He came in the pit pretty much nose to tail with him. Surfer there. He's not really been able to catch up. What, 2:12.6, 2:13.6. So he lost a second to Fast JMS that time out. I thought he'd be able to slowly close up to them 3 once they come out the pit with him having less fuel. It seems like the tyre wear is just too much on that Mercedes for Surfer at the moment. Obviously he may go back to the softs for the end of the race. I think a lot of people are going to try the 2-stop, and obviously some that are trying the 1-stop. Hoggy there in 9th place to 12.2, so he is catching up to Surfer. Was it 1.4 seconds was Hoggy faster than Surfer. Mini there dropped off a little bit from Hoggy. What lap time? What lap did he pit? Lap 8? Lap 8 and lap 10. Tyre was about the same, so it might have been lap 8 as well for the Mazdas, but I don't think it was. Bazza there, right behind Mini. He's just set his fastest lap of 2:11.1, so not far off Golden Brownie's lap time, only half a second. So will Bazza try and take that point away from Golden Brownie, his teammate. Yeah, he's 2/10 purple. He had a little bit of slipstream from Mini coming onto the back straight. If Mini tries to fight it, Bazza will lose that time. Looks like Mini will try it, but Bazza just tries to hang it around the outside, makes it stick. Does Bazza. Don's come into the pit now. Ice is also come into the pit, so does that now allow Welly also comes into the pit? We'll stay with Bazza, because as I said, he was purple through sector 3. See if he comes across the line to take that fastest lap away from Golden Brownie, whilst them three have their pit stops, and see where they come out. There's Don coming out the pits already. Yes, Bazza does take that fastest lap away from Golden Brownie, so still hasn't given up. Goes around the outside of Ice now as Ice has just come out of the pit. So Bazza now up to 8th place. Ice is on the softs, same as Bazza. Welly's come out on softs, but even though they've gone to the halfway point, they've only just put in over half a tank of fuel. So that would mean to me that they're going to try a 2-stop. That's a bit odd. Obviously, they know the kind of softs won't last the rest of the race, but interesting strategy, that's for sure. What about there's Gaz. A little bit of damage on the front right there, but he's still got probably 2 or 3 laps of fuel left to go. So he's probably going to go to the mediums for the end of the race. Shameless there, he's catching up to Gaz Monkey quite quickly, but Gaz Monkey's been doing pretty consistent lap times, 2:16s across the board for the last 10 laps. So decent pace. Obviously just had an incident this lap, so but I will jump on board for a lap of St. Croix with Golden Brownie as we head across the line in towards turn 1 to around the 100-metre board, break it and then chuck it into the right-hander and power out down towards the kink of turn 2, and then the left-hander of turn 3, just on that curb in is where you start to brake, hit the apex, drift it out to the right-hand side. So I'm looking at the leaderboard as well for this lap, but now you drift out all the way to the left to make the entry for the first S's as wide as you can, and then just wait for that bump before you really get the power on, and then across the bridge. As you can see, it's a lovely sunny day here, I believe in France, and then we come across the bridge out and then onto the left-hander off the bridge. Another bump there as we're coming off there, so you just got to wait for that bump before you can really get that power down and not spin out. We've had a few spinners already, and then we've got this long right-hander. This is the one that's killing the tyres, that corner right there as well. There's a lot of weight going on the left-hand side of the car, and now down the back straight with a little right-hand kink. That seems to take ages to get down here, and then onto the curb in again. You want to just start the braking. Missed the apex a little bit there, did Golden Brownie, but not too far off. And then into the S's, which is there's a horrible bump on the next left-hander. Just got to wait for that bump before you can get the power on. Once the car's settled, get that power on. There's the penalty gates. It does impede you quite a bit. And then into the last corner. And across the line for a lap of St. Croix. What was that? 2 minute 11.4. So decent lap times. 2 lap times there. 50. No, the game glitched there. But yeah, since the pit stop, Golden's been in the 211s. Evil's been in the 211s as well. Now he's got ahead of Brucey. Yeah, just dropped into the 212s. So yeah, these three all in the 212s. Surfer there. Looks like he's struggling, but he's not going to be long until he comes into the pits. But I think he'll probably end up going back to the medium tyres for the last stint. With 24 minutes of the race to go. Don there, he's catching up to Surfer up ahead of him. And Hoggy, he's dropping off from Don, so I believe Don would have just got Hoggy the last lap round. I said he's dropped off from Don because them two came in at the same time, but looks like Baz has been able to close up to... No, because Baz was in 8th. He's dropped to 9th now, so yeah, just looking at that times. Yeah, Ice has got ahead of... Yeah, because Baz went round the outside of Ice turn 1 when Ice came out of the pit, so... Baz has lost that lap time to Ice, but that could be due to tyre wear for Bazza. He's already halfway through his softs, where Ice is fairly fresh, 2 laps old or so, 2-3 laps, so same as Welly. He's got on his fairly fresh softs, so his fastest lap of the race was 2 minute 12.004. So nearly into the 211s for Welly, but seems like Welly's going for the long game here, of having probably a very short splash at the end of the race to try and jump a couple of the guys in front of him. Mini there, he's on the medium, so he's doing his best to try and keep up with Welly up ahead, who is on the softs. Shameless there in 12th place. He's on the softs. He's about halfway through his second stint as well. So it seems like everyone is going for the 2-stop, apart from this man here, Gaz Monkey. It looks like he's going to go and try and do the 1-stop. But I think going on them hards for as long as he did has just lost him too much time. To the main pack up ahead. Surfer, he's come into the pit now. 4 litres of fuel left in the car, not enough to make it to the end, so yeah, he's going to be putting probably about 3/4 of a tank into the car before he comes out. And let's have a look. 75, bang on, 3/4 of a tank for Surfer. Yeah, so he's the first one to start his 3rd stint. G Smith there in 14th place. Is he going to have enough to get to the end? He might, if he does a bit of fuel saving, he might be able to get to the end of the race without having to stop again. We shall see. Golden Brownie not too far behind G Smith, so but you know, Golden Brownie's going to have to pit again. He's got less than 25% of fuel and halfway through his medium tyres. Evil, he's not far off from coming into the pit for a fresh set of tyres. Not sure what he's going to go to, because them softs don't seem to have lasted very long. What he pitted lap 11 by the looks of it. Now we're only on lap 18, so only 7 laps for softs on that Genesis. So is that going to be a problem for Welly down in 8th place, who's on the softs at the moment? Was he just going to try and eke out and not push her too hard? Brucey there, he's been able to stick with Evil pretty well, seeing he's on the medium tyres, but we'll see if Evil's going to come into the pit. No, he's going to go around for another lap. Brucey just tags the wall on the exit. Fast gets very close to the wall. Don there in 5th place, doing well on the tyres. 211.2 is his fastest, so not too far off. Maybe for the next stint he might be able to put a little bit less fuel in and see if he can go for that fastest lap. Hoggy there using his Mazda as a lawnmower on the exit of turn 1, but keeps it facing in a straight line as he head towards turn 3. Ice there in 7th. His tyres, what are they compared to Don's? Yeah, he's worn out a little bit more than Don has. He's in a pit at the same time. He's on a good lap. He's 0.125 up this lap so far, just through the first sector. Bazza there, he's got past Welly, but Bazza's tyres are not very good. Oh, Welly gets close there into the rear end of Bazza. We've seen that one before. Excuse me. But Welly's tyres, yeah, he's wearing them front left out quite a lot. Seeing he went to lap 14 before pitting, so seeing that his teammate Evil, that's right, he's in 2nd place, but he's put, I think, about 8 laps of tyre on these tyres, so yeah, well, he's going to be about the same as well, so he's not going to be able to make the one stop work. Mini in 10th place. Looks like, well, he's going to go for a move on Bazza. Up towards the right-hander at the end of the back straight. Well, he's already got that move. Looks like he's got it done before the braking zone. Bazza, I think, tried to go for the old switcheroo, but got the power on too much and lit up that rear tyre. So Evil comes into the pits now off his soft tyres. Going to promote Brucey up to 2nd. I've got a few guys up, I think. As I was saying, Mini there in 10th place. Doing alright on them medium tyres. I think that's about 10 laps since he came in. Surfer there in 11th. Obviously, he's just done his final pit stop. See where he comes out once a few of these guys. Hoggy's into the pit as well. There was Evil. Yeah, Evil's just come out in 9th place. It was all going back and forth with people passing. So, but he knows that the 3 in front of him, they're all going to have to pit again to make it to the end of the race. No, Bazza definitely does. I believe Welly will, because none of them have got enough fuel, so they've only got a couple of laps before they have to come into the pit. Ice's tyres are pretty dead. Don, I don't think he's going to be able to make it. He'll probably come in when his lap times start to drop off. Little tap of the wall on the exit of the bridge. Fast JMS there in 3rd place on their mediums. Just worn out a bit more than Brucey has. Both got about the same amount of fuel left as well, so they'll be coming in fairly close to one another. Golden Brownie, he's got no fuel left now at all. He's used as much of their mediums as he could with the amount of fuel that got put into the car, so we'll see what tyres that Golden Brownie puts on. I would think putting on the softs for the last 15 minutes of this race probably would be a good shout for him to get to the end. I think most will be able to put on softs. Well, these two definitely have. They've only done medium stints so far. So yeah, Brucey, he's coming into the pit now as well. So will Fast MS go into first place? No, it looks like he's going to come out just behind, or drop in behind Golden Brownie, who has now made his final pit stop onto softs. Don there in, he's gone up to third place. Brucey's still putting fuel in the car. How much fuel is Brucey putting in? 73%. Minnie's come into the pit. Brucey's gone to the mediums. Did Brucey start on softs then? Oh no, there we go, he's gone to softs. The game just took a second to realise what tyres he put on the car. Minnie come into the pit, he had not much fuel left. Bazza had not much tyre left. So, yeah, really used them softs, did Bazza, and now Minnie's coming out of the pits. What tyres has he put on? He's put on the softs. For the end, I think a lot of these guys will. I think Surfer might be the only one probably finishing this race on the mediums, just where he had to pit so much earlier than a lot of the other guys. Hoggy, he's been into the pit, he's put the softs on. Evil, he's come out on mediums. That's a surprise. Obviously the softs are not going to last long enough on that Genesis to the end of the race, but he's going to be behind Brucey now. So Brucey did leapfrog him in the pit stop cycle. Welly there, he's not going to be much longer before he has to come into the pit. Trying to weave his way down the back straight to try and break that slip from Brucey, but I don't think that's going to work too well, especially when you've got a lap of fuel left and really no tyres. Look at the grip difference between used softs and brand new ones between the two cars. Brucey's just going to have to slip in behind him as they come through the S's. Fast MS, he's gone an extra lap there. Brucey's coming to the pit, so will Fast MS try and leapfrog this little battle here for currently 5th place? Don's come into the pit now off his softs. He'll probably put on softs to the end. Really there, he does pull away to the right hand side and he'll pit. So he lost a bit of time to Don and Ice because they all came in at the same time at the end of stint 1. But Fast MS, he's just come out in 4th place. Not been able to leapfrog Evil or Brucey. But it looks like it's going to be a close battle between the 2nd, 3rd and 4th drivers. Don there in 5th place. He's not too far behind. He did have that little hiccup fairly early on in the race, at lap 3 or 4 on that final corner. That could have cost him a podium position. Hoggy there in 6th place. He's on the soft. I think everyone is going to be on the soft apart from Evil. Oh, Brucey's got a bit of front end damage. That's allowed Evil to get out of Brucey get that damage. Or is that just coming onto the bridge? Oh, got a bit of the curb there. Probably just unsettled the car, gone a little bit tight. Oh, that's unlucky there for Bruce. He was just checking out from Evil behind. That's just going to allow probably Fast MS just to look up ahead and think, oh, that's a chance for me to try and get on that podium. Obviously he's going to have a fast charging Don behind him in that Alpha. Let's say Hoggy there in 6th on the soft. Ice there, he's gone to the softs. Surfer's on the medium, so we've got Evil and Surfer on the mediums. Welly's come out on softs. So only a couple of laps later than Evil, but thinks he can get the softs to the end. Minnie there, he's on the softs as well, catching up to... It's hard to tell with Welly, he's on an outlap. Timing's Bazza there, he's on the softs. Looks like he had an incident. No, he's not had an incident at lap 20. I think that is a pit stop. Just might have had an incident on the... No, we didn't have an incident on the in lap. Not too sure with Bazza there. Gaz Monkey, who went long on them hards, absolutely killed them softs within, what's that, 6 laps. So yeah, I think Gaz Monkey's going to have to pit again for the end of the race. Shameless there, he's on his outlap on the pair of softs. G Smith in 14th place. He should have enough tyres, I would think, to get to the end. It's going to be close, I would think, because he's been, how many laps has he been in? This is what, lap 5 since he pitted, so he's got another 5 laps or so of the race to go. Should be able to just hang on to the end of the race. Golden Brownie there, he's pretty much checked out from the beginning and not really looked back. How far is he ahead? He's about 25 seconds or so. Brucey, they're going to go for the move on Evil, coming across the bridge onto the left-hander. Brucey pulls to the inside. Evil's given enough room there not to make contact with Brucey as he goes past. So Brucey back up to second place after that little bit of wall contact just a lap ago. Will Evil try and use the slipstream from that Aston? Let's jump on board and see if the slipstream's going to really take into effect between the Genesis and the Aston Martin. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. And Brucey being on the soft tyres, he'll be able to just break that a little bit later, will Brucey? So being able to cover off hopefully any move from Evil behind the last 4 or so laps remaining. Little tyre squealing going on back here between Fast MS and Don. These two can see the second and third battling and want to get in on the action, see if they can nick a podium position from these two up ahead. Obviously they've got a good chance, they're both on the softs compared to Evil's mediums, but Evil's gone for the move up the inside of turn 1. Brucey's gone for the old switcheroo. Lovely move there from Brucey. Just let Evil think he's going to have that second spot and then just snatch it straight back. Don't let him get into a rhythm. But that's allowed Fast MS to really close up to the rear end of these two, and obviously bringing Don with him as well. To 11.3 for Don, for 210.8, sorry, to 11.2 Fast MS. He's gone in deep on that right hander onto the bridge. That's going to allow Don to get alongside him and pull it into 4th place now. Fast MS has to move in behind Don's slipstream. Will he try and make a move in towards that left hander? No, he won't. He will just sit in behind the Alfa Romeo as they come off the bridge. That's the bumps, I believe, for Fast there as they come onto the bridge just on set with the car. Hoggy there in 6th place. That's pretty incredible. Lap 21-22, both exactly the same, and his fastest laps of the race as well. Not just 2 of the same laps, but they're both the fastest, so he shows he's really pushing to try and catch up to the guys in front of him. Can probably see they're all just battling on up ahead of him. I think they're just up around this corner. I think when he gets round here, they might be able to see him a little bit. No, he can't. They are just out of his line of sight through most of these corners. Might be able to see him on the start-finish straight. But Don there, he's all over the place coming through that second last corner. Is he going to try and make... Oh, he's done it again. Don has done it again. Let's go on chase cam and see what he's doing here. That he's gone off wide, he's picked up a little bit of dirt there on his tyres, and then he's just grabbed the grass. That is number 1 of how to not take that corner. Twice in one race for Don. That's dropped him down to 5th with rear end damage. Now Hoggy's going to be coming up. As I said, Hoggy was flying to try and catch up. He's going to pull to the inside of Dom. Get the move done before the first corner. Don is still going to be carrying that damage, probably for another 10 seconds or so, but goes out wide on the exit of turn 1. There we go, the damage is cleared now, so he should be able to get going, but he's going to have dirty tyres for a good 4 or 5 corners before he can really push the car through probably after the bridge. That would be clean. Ice there in the 7th place. Since the pit stops, he's had a bit of a lonely race. Welly there in 8th place. Surfer not too far behind. He's on the mediums, don't forget. So be a struggle, I think, to catch up. What's the lap times? Yeah, 2:16's the last 2 laps as well for Surfer. So really struggling. Mini's got Buzzer all over him. Both their tyre wear is about the same. Buzzer's been saying 2:12s, 2:23 last time out for Mini, and a 2:12, so roughly about the same time with the same amount of tyre wear. Buzzer's got a lot of fuel. I think Buzzer might have overfilled here. Was that Ferrari doing Ferrari things? Getting the pit strategy all wrong. Gaz Monkey, he's going to try and push it to the end of the race on very, very worn softs. Luckily there was only 2 laps to go. I think as long as you're got a fraction of tyre as you go on to the last lap, you will be fine. Seamus there seems to have struggled for this race in 13th, and G Smith, he's getting blue flags from Golden Brownie. Looks of it in the background, there he is, as we end up having, this is the, I would say, penultimate lap of the race. Looks like we're going to now get to 26 laps for the first round here. Golden Brownie, he's stolen the fastest lap of Buzzer as well. Can't be by much, it was a 2:10.4, so probably only half a tenth quicker than his Ferrari teammate, but Ferrari clearly got the strategy right for one car and not for the other. Boosie there in second. He's still got Evil behind him and Fast JMS as well. So obviously this battle from 4 down to 3 with Don having his I'd say classic move on the last corner of just sniffing a bit of grass on the entry. But yeah, Don is right behind Hoggy. Is he going to try and nick that 5th place from that Mazda in front of him in the final 2 laps? It will be interesting to see if he can get it done, because it does seem like he is faster. He wasn't fast for the last lap round, but he definitely closed up on the bridge there. So the Mazda definitely slower than the Alfa Romeo. As a long go around this long right-hander, and who's behind? Ice is behind, but yeah, probably not too close. But will this Alfa now use that slipstream to take effect of trying to go for a move into this right-hander? Definitely closing, but just can't get close enough for a move. Will he try for the exit out of this right-hander? No, he can't get the drive off to pull alongside Hoggy, but obviously probably would have been on the outside for that corner, which never really works. Really cutting into, oh, was there a little love tap between the two of them? Not too sure. Let's have another look from the rear end of Hoggy's car, because you can see now Don is closing in. No, there's just the bumps. It looks a lot closer in the driver's seat than it actually was on track, but Don has been able to get past Hoggy there as we're going on to, oh, Hoggy got the power on too early there, got front end damage. Is that going to be a chance for Ice in the background to catch up to Hoggy? But that should have cemented Don into 5th place. Fast MS there in 4th place. He's just dropped off the rear end of Evil. I think that'd be the tyre where Brucey lighting it up. Coming out of turn 3, we'll go through to see if there's any other fights for the rest of the field between Bazza and Mini still for 10th place. Looks like, yeah, Bazza's still got a load of fuel left as we're going on to the last lap. I think Shameless got it all wrong coming through the S's there. Let's have a look through. I just saw a car wiggling after this left-hander. So is it the bumps that we said? Oh, a little bit of gravel and the bumps. Just going to unsettle it there. But Gaz Monkey there, he goes through into... He's got red tyres, so I'm not sure if the stewards are going to like that one. Running around on a completely red tyre. Shameless there, he looks like he's going to just sit and wait for the end of the race, same as Gaz Monkey, so he doesn't actually complete a lap on that red tyre. Looks like Shameless will just sit behind Gaz Monkey. Here comes G Smith in 14th, but Golden Brownie has got ahead of him as he comes through to the last corner for what looks like it's going to be the win for round 1. Yeah, Gaz Monkey and Shameless there finished in 12th and 13th, but Golden Brownie comes along to win the first race of season 12 of the Infinity Series. Brucey there in second place. Look like, no, there is someone behind, isn't there? No, there's no one behind Evil. But yeah, Brucey there in the Aston will come across, looks like, to finish in second place. So good result there for Brucey. Evil will come across to finish in third. So that's your top 3 on the podium. Fast JMS there gets 4th place. Pedon will get 5th. Hoggy unfortunate on that last lap, but literally comes across with no fuel. Ice will finish in 7th. Willie, as he rounds the last corner, will finish in 8th place in the Technicolor Dreamcoat car. Surfer will finish in 9th. Bazza will come along to finish in 10th, and Mini will finish in 11th. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. Also subscribing, obviously, then you'll hit the when I go live on any other series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.